Hello and welcome to round 1 with Mono-Red Eldrazi. This hand's a little sketch, but I'm on the draw, so I think I would like to keep. I have mana that functions, I just need to draw 2 lands in 4 draw steps, which I think I should do the hybrid geo math on this. It's like 24 successes in 53 cards, so 8, 6.5, so I'm like 30% to hit on a given draw. So I need to draw. So I would have to fail. I'd have to hit 3 out of 4 70%ers and a 30%er, which is about 13%. That's not right because there's that would be 3 in a row. There's permutations. Is that right? No way that's right. Eyeball it. It might be. So it's 70, 70, 70 is 49%. There's 4 permutations of it, right? So it's 49%. So that's twice. So 60% to hit. I think I'm okay with that. Because I can also draw like Lampless Matter Reshaper. Also my opponent mulligan, so I'm going to give myself the time. Yeah, 60%. Yeah, it's like 50% to hit 2 70%ers in a row. 20% to hit 70%er, then a 30%er. So it's like 10%, and then 4 different ways, because you could draw your land first, second, third, fourth. Yeah, okay, 40%. So 60% is good enough for me. Especially, let's rephrase my reasoning here. The reason that I am willing to accept 60% is because, partly because my opponent's mulligan. This is something I didn't think about at the time, but it's actually very relevant in this format. The odds that with my opponent's mulligan that they're able to produce a 5-drop power level threat on time, like the big breakers of the format, and then like I'm going to harness this, I think, because that sets up for the next harness to kill something bigger. I can save my... Yep, that's a start. I should wait for them to attack. I don't think I can get punished. They're not going to play like Stamina or something stupid. I don't think I need to play the Battlements yet. So anyways, my point was that if they mulligan, they're less likely to have 5 lands on turn 5. So if I miss a turn and I'm behind my 5-drop for like a turn or so, the odds of them being able to like super punish me with a high impact 5-drop are pretty low. So I'm not too concerned about missing for a turn. Especially because I also have 4-drops that go underneath, which might actually be the real strength of this deck, is that it has 4-drops that matter. I guess Gideon also matters. Gideon's great. I'm going to ignore these 2 power creatures for now. So the worst thing to happen to me next turn, a Lord of the Accursed would be obnoxious, but it's a 4, so I'm okay with that. So I think I just want to Reshaper and give myself the extra draw step, effectively, if my opponent attacks. So I guess if they attack with just Wanderers... I mean, this saves me 2 life on the attack here anyways. Yeah, Lord of the Accursed would be the Nightmare. They have 2 cards. If they have a land, I think I want the card so I can Thought-Knot Seer and take their 5-drop, presumably. So I think I'll just trade, I guess. It's not the greatest. Battlefield. Oh, sweet. I can Glorybringer next turn if I hit? Wow, that's sweet. I didn't even think about that. This deck's cool. I like this. I hope they didn't hit a land, so their Dread Wanderer's just stuck in the graveyard for a turn. And then I hit a land, and I Glorybring their Metallic Mimic, and everything falls apart. Oh my gosh, I screwed this up really bad, actually. Wow, that was... I didn't think about... Oh, no, I have a Chandra. Never mind. We're okay. I forgot that So I was like, oh, I can... You know, because this isn't a zombie, I can Incendiary Flow a Diregraph Colossus, but because I put the Dread Wanderer into their graveyard, I would be unable to do so. So here, I'm just going to jam TKS, because it's likely their last card's actually good. And if it's not, I'm in a great spot. Also, TKS just bricks their whole board, so... is. Ooh. That doesn't really do anything. It's also a good time for TKS because if they had a Grasp, they wouldn't have had a good target. Like, I guess they could have grasped my Matter Reshaper last turn. Crypt Breaker. That should die. They're probably going to draw a card with it. Yep. So ideally, I draw a land, and then I can flow the Crypt Breaker, play the Reshaper. That's really good too. So I need to kill this here. I want to use the Magma Spray so that I can make 2 plays next turn. Or this turn. The question is whether I flow the Mimic and spray the Crypt Breaker, or if I think I want to play Matter Reshaper. I think that that's the best card here. Again, our opponent is this. Basically, I'm just trying to set up the game state that is the least profitable for my opponent to attack onto. So here, interesting. They don't have, if they had a kill spell, they probably would have killed this, attacked with both of these. They don't have a kill spell, unless their kill spell's Fatal Push. Their kill spell's Fatal Push. I'm more willing to believe that their card is a land than a Fatal Push here. Because they drew a card off the Crypt Breaker, and they could have pushed down the Seer, so they would have had to draw on Fatal Push for their turn. So my guess is they don't have anything. So I want to just cast Chandra minus it on the Mimic here. I think if they had drawn a land plus a Lily's Mastery over those turns, that would have been pretty bad for me, but they did not. Sweet. They don't have a push. Probably just don't really have anything. I mean, they're playing off the top, but this is a game state where I have a massive advantage. They have multiple cards that they can get out of this with, but like, yeah, I'm gonna just eat both of those. I mean, I don't really have a better play. I think Chandra on the battlefield is just better. No, let's... I think technically I'm supposed to do this. I don't think it really matters, but... Oh no! I think I'm obligated. Oh no, opponent, I'm so sorry. 3. Okay. Only 17? Come on. Draw a land. I want to do the thing. Ew, I would like to add red. I guess I should have left a red up technically, but who cares? I can put them to 13-2, and then I have a Chandra in hand, so that's lethal. We did the thing the first game. This is actually pretty awesome. The Matter Reshaper interaction there is really nice. I had not considered that. That's enough? You died? But what? You just got hit by a village. That shouldn't be lethal. Okay, what do I like here? I like Garrison. I think that's a way I can run my opponent over. I want this. I want Chandra. I want Sweltering Suns in every copy, and I want the Magma Sprays. I don't want the Firebirds, I think. I want the Thought-Knots, I want the Chandras, I want these. I think that Reality Smasher is pretty bad. I think I want to cut a Chandra on the draw. And I guess I can cut some Handwear Garrisons because they're bad with Sweltering Suns. I should probably cut another Garrison. I'm just too attached to how awesome that was. And let's get this Chandra back in here. Especially because the play of, like, on 5, you can Chandra plus it bad red and the Sweltering Suns to clear. That's pretty nice. Or, like, it's pretty easy to just have protected Chandra here. And the Garrison doesn't block very well in the face of, like, Lord of the Accursed pumping Dread Wanderer to a 3-power creature. I think there's still one. I think I'd rather have the Garrison just as a low, like, a threat that can take over if I have a heavy removal hand, like a spot removal hand, as opposed to a Smasher, which is just super expensive and stupid. This is a pretty bad Skyboat. Not gonna lie, this is not the best Skyboat I've ever seen in my life. My opponent might have, like, Midnight Oil to break my current plan. Okay, so let's think about the sequencing with this hand. So, I mean, this is a pretty clear keep to me. I have stuff up the curve. I probably lead on Ether Hub. Ooh, that's really lucky. So what does my opponent... They probably have, like, Mastery and a Lord. If they play a Mimic, I kill it. Relentless Dead, I... Do I care about Relentless Dead? So I think that I'm not supposed to care about Relentless Dead here, because I think that if my opponent has a Colossus, this hand loses to it otherwise, and Relentless Dead's imminently beatable. Even though I'm throwing away a turn of mana, I just don't care. Also, all of my removal just kills this and exiles. This card's just completely irrelevant. Yeah, this is Diregraph. Oh, it's another Relentless Dead, huh? Interesting. So if they go dead, Chandra Flamecaller. Four cards in hand. Okay, I think I'm turning this around now. I think I now want to kill a Relentless Dead because I think that I can suppress a Diregraph Colossus to the point that I'm not hugely impacted by it. Whereas, like, this beatdown is kind of annoying. Let's play a Battlement. I'm going to save... I have double red spells, so I'm actually going to save the Crumbling Vestige to cast one of them, so I don't... Like, I have 2 red sources here, and, like, 2 or 3 red sources, but 2 of them are one-shot, and I have 2 double red spells, so it just doesn't line up. So I'm going to try to use this to cast Glory Ringer, and then this to cast the Chandra. Yep, that's what I figured. Okay, this is all... Oh, well then, I have a new plan. Because that is just getting right on out of here, and I want nothing to do with it. Maybe that was... I guess with Glorybringer and Chandra, I don't think that's horrifically wrong. I did allow my opponent to cast Mastery this turn, and for it to be a problem if they do. Well, they don't have Mastery. That's very lucky for me. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to just TKS them. Yeah, that was stupid. I should have just cast Thought-Knots here, I think. What is the plan? I can try to give this haste. It's almost surely going to die to a kill spell. I think Thought-Knot Seer is the... But the problem with Thought-Knot Seer is I have to use it... Is Glorybringer even good here? They can pay a black to return that to their hand. This is super interesting. So, I can... Garrison, give it haste. It almost surely dies to a removal spell based on the way they've played the game. I can't imagine what they kept. They don't have a kill spell. And then my plan is... What is my plan even? Do I have a plan? I can attack and then Thought-Knot Seer? Well, this is definitely attacking. I don't want to get into a blocking situation against Relentless Dead here when I think my opponent has a kill spell. I want to cast Thought-Knot Seer. They probably have Dark Salvation. And they're at 17. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this Crumbling Vestige. I don't think I want to mine it. I don't even really want to cast Chandra if I hit. I just like... Minusing into 2 Relentless Deads with no action just lets my opponent put them both back on the battlefield. That's just stupid. Where I want to kill them one at a time so that they have to go back to hand. So they're actually, you know, if they both die at the same time, they can target each other and come back. But if they die one at a time, they have to go back to hand, get recast. And each time that happens, that buys me a turn of attack. So I think I want to hold the Crumbling Vestige because I want to use my 5 mana. I want to use 1 double red turn for hasting this and 1 double red turn for this. I did not play around my opponent literally top decking Mastery. Okay, that's fine. I can fight Never Return off the top. That's not something I'm super concerned about. I think the correct play is to haste the Garrison. Because that represents basically 1,000,000 damage. And leftovers to block. Yeah, that's just perfect. Yeah, play your spell. If you have a kill spell off the top too, that'd be annoying. Interesting. Maybe I'm supposed to do this. Kind of like that. Because a single Relentless... Like, I could in theory lose to the right Seers at top decks with that, but that seems... This seems hard to... And then I'd want to play the Vestige so that I could top deck a land and kill my opponent. Yeah, let's... I think I did this backwards. So I'm going to just do this right now. So the idea I had was that I wanted to bait my opponent's kill spell so they couldn't kill their own Relentless Dead. But I actually would rather them kill their own Relentless Dead than kill my Handwear Garrison. So I should have led on the spray on the Relentless Dead. and then follow it up with a Garrison, so I can bait the like Grasp of Darkness of my own creature or like push my own creature thing. I guess maybe if their card is push. I didn't think about that. I may have just enabled a push, but I'm okay with that. They just like trade cards. I think I'm currently ahead in that battle because my cards are so good. Dawn Seer is freaking amazing in this format. Oh my gosh. Wow, we're not pumping the brakes? No fear. This is not Liliana's Mastery. This is Diregraph, Flash... Oh gosh. Please, just give me a land. Just let me kill all of my opponent's stuff. Land. Well, I can't die to that. Let me think about what I want to do here. Yeah, I probably just want to kill the Colossus. I can permadeath this. The Colossus doesn't really add anything to the battlefield. Oh, but it's a good block here, so I want to kill the Colossus so I have clean attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'd only have to sneak in 1 additional damage on the next attack. That's pretty good. This is exerting, I hope, right? And they go to 4. This seems easy enough to manage. What's the nightmare? They draw... I'm in trouble if they draw a Dark Salvation. It's just like a million power. I guess it's not even that big of an issue. Because if I just draw a land, I Chandra and kill all their stuff. That's not going to do it. 2, 3. Yeah, they're dead. Ooh. Ooh, I have the choice of how I want to win the game. It was never a choice, let's be real. Just want to double count, so block, block, lethal. Okay. That's 2 for 2. That's pretty awesome. I'm happy with how this has resolved itself. Wow. Oh, this has trample too. Really? This is actually as many times, these last 2 games, I tested for the Pro Tour Eldritch Moon. I've tested for every standard Pro Tour. I drafted a ton for that Pro Tour. This now doubles the number of times I've melded this, which is pretty sweet. I just didn't notice that trample. In Limited, I did this once or twice, and my opponents were just too busy conceding for me to notice that. Wow, that's just like a million billion damage. And it makes these cool squiggly tokens. How could you not play this deck?